Hey everybody, I wanted to talk a little bit about biofeedback. That's something that I do that maybe some of you aren't aware of that I do. In today's society, it's kind of called biohacking anymore. But it's the same premise as muscle testing, if any of you are familiar with that. Biofeedback has been around for a really long time. And actually, any form of feedback in your real world is considered biofeedback, and all that means is live feedback. Bio means live, and you're getting data fed back into your information systems telling you what's going on. So biofeedback's pretty simple. I have a really sophisticated computer program. We use the galvanic skin response. And if any of you that know me have ever experienced it, you're usually pretty freaking amazed at how completely accurate it is, that we can tell what imbalances are going on in the body. And we can do panels and panels and panels of stuff. I mean, we can find a parasite that you were exposed to and that might still be smoldering in your liver or something like that. We can see what kind of food sensitivities that you have. We can see what your hormones are doing, and if something is out of control. We can see what your thyroid is up to. We can see all kinds of live feedback when we do that kind of program. And it's really fun, it's really amazing, it's really cheap, and it's really simple. It's been around for a long time. It was invented by a quantum physicist that used to work for the Department of Defense. And he was actually on the Fish Talk project, where they were trying to discover interesting ways of communicating, with our own submarines without the Russians or non-allies being able to find out what we were talking about. And what he discovered was that little pretty stripe down the side of a fish is actually an electromagnetic strip. And the fish communicate through that electromagnetic strip. They send out a signal through there because they don't speak and have voice boxes. This is their communication signal. So that's why you see these swarms of fishes in the ocean where they look like they're all moving as one unit. You actually see that in birds too. But it's electromagnetic fields that they're tapping into and utilizing. So long story short, he made the IQS system, which is the I2I network biofeedback system. And pretty much it just works on the galvanic skin response. So we just use an electrode, measure the electrochemical responses coming from the skin, because you have tiny micro impulses. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to swipe your computer or swipe your phone with your finger and make it work. It's the same exact principle. It originally started with lie detectors because, of course, you're measuring biofeedback with a lie detector. You're measuring respiratory rate, heart rate, all of those regular symptoms that the body produces when somebody is telling a lie or telling the truth. We have baselines that say, oh, you know what? Yeah, this guy, he's obviously being truthful about what he experienced or witnessed in his life. So it works on that kind of a principle. So if you're interested, you know what, give me a call, schedule an appointment. It's super fun. It's absolutely fascinating. It doesn't hurt. We don't do any skin pricks. We don't poke. We don't prod. We don't pull blood. We don't have to wait for weeks on end. You get an immediate answer. Immediate. Oh, body doesn't like apples. It'll let us know that it's causing a bit of a stress. Oh, body doesn't like dog hair. Well, let's see about that. Body doesn't like grass. We can see about that. Oh, hey, your cortisol levels are pretty high, and you know what? Your kidneys look like they're not real happy campers, and gee, your immune system is kind of out of whack, and your liver looks like it would really use a good clean out and detox. So those are the kind of things that we can do. What I do then is I plug in drugless remedies. So I use a lot of standard process, which is only whole food supplementation, And I use a lot of homeopathics as well. And actually, you can see some of those behind me there, my cupboard. Been using them for years. They are phenomenal because a lot of the vitamins that you get in the store are synthetic, and the body and they've actually done quite a few studies on synthetic vitamins causing cancer, because what happens is a synthetic vitamin is only a portion. Most vitamins come in a complex in nature. So if you eat a grain of wheat and it has the vitamin B complex in there, the body recognizes that as a whole and is able to break that down and utilize it and put it where it needs to in the body. What happens with the synthetic, like a vitamin B complex, is that it's made synthetically in the lab. It looks like the complex, but the body's very, very intelligent. And when you take that synthetic vitamin B complex into the body, what happens is like the body's going, are you serious? What is this? This is like, it's fake. It's not real. So in order for it to recognize it, it pulls nutrients from the tissues, from the bones, from the brain, from the hair, from the skin, and it tries to make sense of that synthetic vitamin. And so usually over a longer period of time, most people end up being more deficient when in actuality they thought they were doing a good thing for their body. So you really are wasting your money when you guess about what kind of supplements you need and you go to CVS or whatever and Walmart and buy the cheapo off-brand of vitamins thinking that you're doing yourself a favor. You're really not. You're better off eating whole foods. If you want a very targeted, customized, tailored vitamin program for your body, biofeedback is the ticket. A lot of times people only need one or two things to really restore balance into the system. And in the long term, you feel so much better. I mean, the results are truly phenomenal. It's actually what I use. If you watch the video of my Skinny for a Day video, it's actually what I use. I didn't use the biofeedback program, but I was getting muscle testing from a chiropractor in Salt Lake City, and he used a method that really showed that I was so deficient in minerals. And my body was just so out of whack. I mean, I can honestly tell you, I can remember sitting in the parking lot just shaking and just like something is just so wrong with my body. It's so out of whack. I could not get that sense of control or that feeling of, he did a muscle test, ended up, I needed Mintran, which is it's literally a mineral tranquilizer, but it's just a mineral complex from Whole Foods that Standard Process makes. And literally within 10 minutes, I had gone, about 8 months feeling like total crap. 10 minutes later, I was just like, life began to become normal again. That's all. My body was just crying for some minerals. And so once I took that, it was just amazing. So I am completely sold on biofeedback. I've seen amazing, amazing miracles and turnarounds with biofeedback where we can actually zero in, find what the issue is, find the imbalance, and make the appropriate remedy. And it's usually so much less expensive, so much less time, and we're able to just find out what the issue is, balance it out, and the body does the rest. The body is an amazing healing mechanism. So if you're interested in biofeedback, just go ahead and call me or DM me, and we'll get you on the books. All right, you guys have a great day. Happy trails.